What's up, this squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all seeing the title was going down. I really pray that it sounds better. I am using a whole different software. I probably won't be using Streamlabs again. I've been going through it with Streamlabs these past months, even before that. And it has been horrible. I've literally been sitting here for about 3 hours trying to figure everything out, trying to get a new software updated and downloaded. My 4-year-old daughter has been sitting here the whole time, literally the whole time, being quiet, being nice. And it kind of, puts me down, because, I feel like I'm taking time away from her, when I'm, dealing with this stuff and doing this. And, I've been trying my hardest to get it done, literally all day. And she's been great. So anything she wants, definitely, you already know. It's on me tonight. It's definitely on me because she's been here rocking with me this whole time. She even got my iPad and playing her little games and watching, YouTube and stuff like that. So I definitely owe her, probably get her a book and, a toy and some dinner tonight, for sitting here and being good, while I'm trying to, work at this. But as y'all can see, Jimmy Kimmel's return, was, this week. And I'm not even gonna lie, the things that he said, I don't really believe him, and I know a lot of people don't believe him. Check this out on Fox News.
Well, you're spot on, Trace, and Jimmy Kimmel's return is good news for small businesses all across this nation, as I think the liberals were prepared with their pitchforks to start rioting and looting some of these downtown major cities if we saw this vacation for Jimmy Kimmel continue any longer. I was actually rooting for ABC here. I thought that this was going to be finally their clean opportunity to wash their hands free of Jimmy Kimmel, who has been wasting them millions of dollars for the last decade.
Literally. And definitely, I'm gonna go over the numbers. I'm gonna definitely go over the numbers so y'all can see. But one thing about it, this is Turning Point USA spokesperson Andrew saying that Jimmy Kimmel should apologize to the Kirk family for obviously what he did, and what he said on the show. Check it out right here, y'all.
Somebody like Jimmy Kimmel says that the shooter of Charlie was MAGA. What he's really saying is that it's okay to lie about conservatives, that their lives don't matter, that his agenda, his political agenda and cultural agenda is more important than the life of my friend who was just taken from us and robbed from us. And you see this with Maggioni, you see this with Charlie Kirk, now you see it with this ICE facility. It's not okay. And when people like Jimmy Kimmel skirt the truth, when they refuse to take accountability for their actions, then that sends a signal that there's a whole institutional machinery apparatus that's prepared to defend these evildoers, and that's not okay. What we need is, I'm sorry, I lied,
exactly,
I was wrong, and I won't do it again. And my apologies to the Kirk family and to Erica Kirk.
So, Andrew,
and that would have been contrition.
Yeah, I apologize for interrupting you. I just want to get this on in case we get...
And I'm gonna play another clip of Andrew. But when I tell y'all that's real, I do feel he does need to apologize. He should have immediately went on the show and started that off. Not, I want to make jokes and I want to say this and I want to say that. It should have been automatically, I apologize, to Charlie Kirk, to Erica Kirk, to his kids, to his family, and everybody for making the comments that I did. It's not hard to do that, but that just goes to show you leftists, they don't sit there and take accountability for their actions, but they rather point the finger, and this, I'm telling y'all, it's definitely sad, it's sickening, and I'm tired of it. I'm not even gonna lie. Check it out.
It's Erica Kirk, I agree with him that her model for the nation is the model that we must and have to follow if we're going to get past this terrible tragedy, and that we make it so that it doesn't happen again, Bill. But here's the thing. Erica Kirk was the aggrieved party, and she didn't do anything wrong. She's a victim, and her husband is the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Kimmel did something wrong, and he's still not owning it, and that's the difference. And, I saw some of the comments. Yeah, I can forgive Jimmy Kimmel for what he did. I still want him to own it and be accountable to the audience, to the country, because it matters. It matters, Bill, because what it says is what I did was not okay, what happened was not okay, and please forgive me. And that's what we need. We need, if you're going to get restoration and reconciliation as a nation, healing as a nation, the people that do wrong need to own it.
Exactly. And I definitely agree. President Trump did make a post Literally says here, I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Something happened between then and now because the audience is gone, and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? He is yet another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings. One thing about it is that President Trump is not lying. You know, he's not lying about the ratings. Everybody sees the ratings. Everybody sees Jimmy Kimmel for who he is, you know, and he's definitely a sick person. I think that he's a sick person just based off of him not apologizing. That should have been his first thing to do, you know, was to get on that, you know, on stage and immediately apologized. Apologize for everything that he's caused. Obviously, it was bad enough that, you know, this little short break that he had, what was that? So he should have automatically went on there and apologized, and that's just how I feel about it. I don't know if everybody else agree with me, which I'm sure many of y'all are, you know, agree with me, but it's definitely sad. This is posted by Benny Johnson. Jimmy Kimmel assisted in the cancellation of dozens of conservatives in the media and the entertainment business. Jimmy squealed with glee as their careers were destroyed and delivered monologues gloating about Trump's censorship on all social media. Spare me the crocodile tears. Let me tell y'all something. What I do find pretty you know, it's very real when it comes to, you know, this post about Benny Johnson, because it's true. I was one, you know, and there's others, you know, that dealt with that during all last year, really, and probably most likely, you know, the year before that even, you know, and it was hard. It was hard even to put videos out, you know, not even myself, not even YouTubers, but a lot of people, you know, that spoke out. You know, it came about that, you know, there was things that we couldn't put out. There was things that we couldn't talk about. There's things that we still can't, you know, and it's just definitely messed up, y'all. It's definitely messed up. This is another post by Benny Johnson. Says nobody liked Jimmy Kimmel's show. That's why he was fired. The numbers don't lie. These are literally the numbers of the decline of Jimmy Kimmel Live, as y'all can see. And obviously, the numbers are out here. The numbers prove of the decline. And, I mean, that's just what it is. Definitely what it is. Here is former speaker. Check it out.
Kimmel learn anything from this? As you pointed out, he's lost over 1 million viewers over the last decade. He's not very
72%.
popular. He's not doing very well.
Lost 72% of viewers in his target demo. That's a lot.
Think about it this way. I mean, just as an IQ test, if you lose 3 out of 4 of your followers, would you be inclined to stop and ask if you're doing something wrong? Or would you wonder why your former followers are stupid? I guarantee you, in Kimmel's case, he's thinking, gee, I wonder why they're so dumb since I'm perfect. I actually think Senator Ted Cruz had this exactly right. I don't like Kimmel. I despise his show. I think it's filled with lies. But as an American, I cherish his right to say it. And his problem is, can he get an audience large enough to justify a network show? His problem isn't with Newt Gingrich or Ted Cruz or Donald Trump or the First Amendment. His problem is he's bad and he's boring and he's predictable.
Exactly. I mean, he's speaking facts, y'all. He's definitely speaking facts. I have to take this off. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, I don't know how to take this off of my stuff. Yeah, I gotta mute that. It's not. It's muted? It muted the conversation. Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing. I barely know what I'm doing when it comes to X, anyways. I'm not even gonna lie. I just don't want anything crazy popping up, and you know how YouTube is, you know, with certain things, so I can't play. But literally, not only, you know, there's others, you know, there's obviously others that are clearly being fake, you know, about the situation. You have Jimmy Kimmel not apologizing. You have others that's basically making it seem like he did apologize for certain. He didn't. He basically got on the show and said that, when I seen the clip, it kind of threw me off. I'm not even gonna lie. He brought up the fact that Erica Kirk forgave, the person that assassinated, her husband, Charlie. And he basically is putting it out there to where it's like, okay, well, I need y'all to forgive me. And that's what's sickening to me. It's very sickening. But you have here, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but you have Sunny Hostin on Jimmy Kimmel's firing. Check out what she said, yesterday and what she said in 2018.
Our founders drafted the First Amendment specifically to protect the rights of citizens to criticize the government. When you cross that kind of societal norm, you must pay the consequence. And firing her was the right thing to do. I'm thrilled that ABC did it.
The View is a bunch of hypocrites, like I've been saying before. I'm pretty sure there was Roseanne's firing in 2018, and now this is Jimmy Kimmel. So she says that. But then says you must pay the consequence. Firing her was the right thing to do. And that just goes to show y'all right there. It goes to show y'all what they're about, and how they are. It's definitely sickening. One thing about it, Jimmy Kimmel does need to apologize. Is when I say, and people can say, it's too late. He should have apologized then. Let me tell y'all something. That still matters. As much as I don't like him and as much as y'all don't like him, that still matters. He needs to apologize. He needs to make it known. I'm not talking about, I'm about to send a little letter. I'm about to send an email. I'm about to send a text. You need to apologize. And I'm talking about apologize in front of everybody. A formal apology. On top of that, he needs to be apologized actually verbally, speaking, to Eric Kirk. I feel like that is absolutely disgusting. Me personally. But I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Definitely, I pray that this sounds very well, during this video. If it doesn't, I'm just going to try other things, I don't know. Try my best. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.